What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another installment into the extraordinary life of Emon. I am your host, and I have a different type of video today. I have something new for you guys. I want to start out with a question. Do you believe in ghosts? Because I definitely didn't, but I definitely do now. But before we jump into the actual story, please do me that favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave me a wonderful comment down below. That all being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I was actually never a believer of the other side, the demons, the ghosts, the spirits, any of that. I wasn't really ever a believer of that sort of things until now. Things have changed, and I sure enough am a believer now because I've experienced a few things while out on these roads. From what I've experienced, there's definitely something else going on, and based off of that experience, I'm gonna tell you, I stay far away from anything associated with the other side, summoning, Ouija boards, all of that nonsense. Nope. If I get that sinking feeling, that on the back of my neck feeling, I'm gone. I'm out of there. My black senses tell me, and I am out of there. Not playing no games. But okay, let's go ahead and start the actual story. Okay, so this story actually goes back to when I was working the road. The agency I used to work for, you know, we had several beat options and we had to actually do certain things associated with certain beat. And the beat that I'm referring to today actually was very unique because it actually covered the courthouse and two historical courthouse buildings, like very old buildings. So this beat was specific because the two courthouse buildings that I mentioned are open to the public all day, every day, you know, because it's like history and all that jazz. People want to come in, they want to sit, they want to look, you know, they want to see what the old holding cells and stuff look like. And so it was open to the public. Not a problem, it's not a big deal. However, it some kind of mystical, magical way became our responsibility. 10 p.m. every night, we would have to lock these buildings up. Obviously, they don't stay open all night. You don't want hobos and stuff in there. That's not how it works. We would actually get the master set of keys, drive over there, go through each building and actually secure them. It wasn't hard to do, it's just that it had to happen every night. When you was working that beat, you already knew that at 10 o'clock, that was what you're gonna be doing. Everybody knew at 10 o'clock, that's what you would be doing. Obviously, if you got on a call or something, somebody else would pick up the slack and help you out. Now, when it came to these buildings, you had very specific instructions. You would get there, you would sweep the interior of the building, make sure no one was in the building, cut off all the lights, and then head out of the building, and then, you know, lock the front doors. Again, not hard, right? On this day, I was assigned to beat. I already knew what time it was. I knew what I was doing, but I had never worked this beat before. So naturally, I just asked one of my coworkers, hey, what do I do? How do I do? You know, how do I get this done efficiently? And he gives me the rundown of what I need to do. He tells me that, you know, of the two courthouses, do the first one first because it's easy. There's nothing to it. It's just 2 floors of admin and like 2 main courtrooms that you just have to look in, make sure no one's there, you know, check around, lock some doors, and then leave. Not a problem. He said now the second courthouse is going to be a bit of a doozy because it's bigger, it has 3 floors, and it has multiple courtrooms. Additionally, it has a holding cell section located in the basement. So you have to go down there and secure that and make sure no one's in there and make sure nothing's going down there. All right, not a problem. So 10 o'clock comes and I get the master set of keys. I go to the buildings. I go through the first one, no problem. I go up there. It's dark, but there's lights on upstairs, like different offices. There's admin people up there, so there is lights on up there, no problem. So I go in there and I got my flashlight just in case. Got my flashlight and I'm walking through, you know, checking doors, doing my thing, closing doors, you know, locking things up, turning lights off. The first building goes off without a hitch. I lock everything down. I don't hear anything, all the lights are off. I hit the main floor, checked the 2 courtrooms that I needed to check, and then I rolled out. I walked out of the front door, turned the key, locked, it's done. I'm like, ho, this is easy. The second one, I go over to the building, I open the door, you know, I make myself known. Whenever you go into these buildings, you have to make yourself known. So you say very loudly what agency you work for, who you are, and if anyone is present to come out, to let themselves be known. See, that sentence right there, let yourself be known. I might change that, and I don't think I actually use that anymore when I go into buildings just because of this story. Nevertheless, remember, this place has 3 floors. I go upstairs, got my flashlight, investigating, and I figure out that, you know, there's lights on up here too. So I turn off all the lights. I go into each office, click, turn off the light, close the doors. Everything is secure, locked down, right? So now I go back downstairs. So I go through each main courtroom and I'm checking them. And while I'm checking them, I notice something. I hear footsteps upstairs. Everybody who's lived in any kind of city, you know the difference between footsteps and like animals, like rodents, like rats and stuff. This wasn't that. This was footsteps. I could feel the rhythm of the steps. As I was moving towards the door, I could hear the steps. I can hear them moving like steps. Like, the, you know, when you walk, there's a type of rhythm and a certain weight on the ground. So I was like, oh, it must be staff upstairs. But I just came from upstairs. So I cut off all the lights. So where were they? Were they in the bathroom? Didn't check a door or something? Remember, I've never been here. So if I didn't check something, obviously I didn't know it was there. I said, okay, well, I gotta go back up there to make sure no one's actually in here. I go upstairs with my flashlight on, because I now know that it's dark up there because I turned off all the lights. So I go up there, and when I get up to the top of the stairs, all of the lights are on and all of the offices are open. I said to myself, whoa, what is going on here? No. I was a little shook, I'm gonna be honest. I called out again and I got no response at all. It was just dead silent. And I said, no. Who turned on these lights? Because I turned them off. I remembered going through and turning everything off. So I'm like, oh my goodness, am I bugging out? Am I losing it here? So I said, no, I don't know what's happening here, but I am not sticking around. I actually go, there's like a master switch to turn off the main hallway light. I wasn't going in them offices again. No, if they on, they gonna be on. I turned off the master switch and I turned around to go down the stairs, and I felt the hairs on the neck go up. Like, it felt like something was behind me. So I turned around real quick, like, what the, you know, when your senses go off like something's behind you? Yeah, that happened. So I turned around like, you know, what's going on? And there was nothing there. So I said, okay, I don't know what's happening here, but it's time to go, because I got that chill in my spine now. So I go downstairs and I finish out checking out the, you know, checking the main floor. I don't hear anything upstairs no more. So I finished checking the courtrooms. Everything's locked down. So now I start beelining it for the door, but I can't. I have to check the holding cells downstairs. Although my senses was telling me, yo, just walk out of this door, lock it up. If somebody in here, they just in here. That's just how it's gonna be. But I said, no, I gotta do my job right. I go to the basement door and I go down the stairs and I look down there and I say, I'm gonna go down to the bottom of these steps and I'm not going any further than that. So I turn on my flashlight and I go down the stairs. So I'm a little, you know, scared walking down the steps. I get to the bottom of the stairs. There's 4 holding cells and a fire door at the end of the corridor. I see 3 of the cells are closed and 1 of the cells are open. So to me, I said, okay, somebody can come down here and they can actually go into the cell and feel like, you know, being a prisoner. You know, some people like that type of thing. They want to be in jail but not be in jail. I don't have that fantasy. No. I noticed that cell was open and I said, okay, I looked, no one's here. I'm gonna go ahead and lock the door and go back upstairs. Listen, when I got back upstairs, I went right towards the door. So as I'm walking to the door, I hear the very distinctive sound of that cell door closing. Everyone who's worked in law enforcement and or corrections, you know what that sliding door and that sliding cell actually sounds like, and it clicks when it closes. I heard that. Now keep in mind, I just came from down there where that cell was open, and I said to myself, I am not going back down there. I don't know what's in this building, but it ain't gonna get me. I am out of here. I went straight to the door. I made one more announcement. If you're in here, you can stay in here. The doors are locked. You'll be in here till the morning. If you have a cell phone, you can call and we'll come let you out. Otherwise, you have a good night. I went to the door and I locked the door and I went back to my car. I'm not gonna say I had a brisk walk to my car, but I definitely was moving quite fast. I get in the car and I look up to the second floor. All of the lights were off again. I said, nope, I don't know what's in there, but I'm gone. So I turned on the car, hit the reverse, and drove right out of that parking lot. I returned the master keys and said, yo, I'm not going through there no more. I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna announce, and I'm locking the door. I got up with my coworker and he even said he's experienced some of the strange things that I have when he goes in there as well. He even said that at one point he thought he saw somebody walking down to the cells. I said, nope, I ain't seen nobody. I ain't see nothing. I'm not dealing with that, and I'm not going back in there. And he laughed at me, obviously, and joked around with me. But this isn't the only time some weird stuff has happened to me. I got a couple of these stories that I'm gonna throw out every now and again. But on this one, I knew something wasn't right. You know, you get that feeling like in your soul that something isn't right. Nope. Since then, when I got that beat, I literally just locked the doors, and that was it. I wasn't going in there. And I noted it on my log. Did not go in. Locked doors, made announcement, secured facility. That was all I was doing. But that's it. That was the story. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Let me hear it down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please do me that favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All that wonderful good stuff. That being said, this has been another installment into the extraordinary life of Emon. I've been your host, and I'll see you on the next one.